As soon as I first heard about the studio, I immediately marked it down as a show that I knew I had to watch, simply because it's a show about a production company, a fictional one. The guy in charge is played by Seth Rogen, who I am a big fan of, and basically anything that has to do with movie making or the production, Hollywood, anything that's like poking fun at it or just about the business itself, I want to watch. Especially as someone who wants to go into the industry, I think that it's just important to watch, even if it's making fun of it, to see kind of the ins and outs of it. And this show is a must watch for any film fan. It is very inside baseball because of that, so I don't know how many people it will really resonate with that aren't cinephiles or even just crazy about entertainment, but it's a superb show and I had so much fun watching it. Very early on I realized that this is a show made by fans for fans. Because of that, it feels so genuine and like you're actually watching a show about the entertainment business, about when characters that actually give a shit about making stuff that they think the audience would like. It really just feels like a show that has the audience's best intentions in mind. They want to appeal to the cinephiles. They want to appeal to all those people. And because of that, you have a show that is consistently funny. It is hilarious throughout every episode. Laugh out loud funny. It's been a while since I've laughed that much at a show that is making fun of itself. And by that I mean it's making fun of the industry that it's in. It's a biting commentary. It really takes shots at people in the industry and studios that are making these movies. The humor is on the nose and self-referential. One of my favorite episodes is about what can you make in Hollywood now that won't be too seen as something too offensive. Will people be okay with this show? And is it okay if they can make a joke like that? Or is it okay if they cast this person as this character? The show also, in terms of feeling like something that movie fans will really get a lot out of, in the production aspect of it, there are a lot of oneers. Some episodes will just be one continuous long take. Some will have portions of the episode that is just a one long take, and it really utilizes that filmmaking technique to its advantage. There's one episode involving a shoot and Seth Rogen wanting to be on set that day, wanting to kind of just be someone in the background, and without getting into spoilers, it leads to some hilarious hijinks. But what really made the oneer in that episode shine is that it builds to the intensity, and I think that they utilized it well there, where you just feel like the angst is building and building, the intensity is rising, and you're laughing along, but you also feel genuinely on the edge of your seat. I just couldn't help but laugh at everything that was going on, and it was so much fun to watch. That's why I just kept feeling this feeling of, I'm having so much fun watching this show. I mentioned how it's inside baseball in terms of, if you have any interest in filmmaking, like, you're gonna eat up this entire show. Most of the humor is targeted at cinephiles. This show in general is targeted at people who genuinely have interest in the entertainment industry. So those are the people that I think are going to be laughing the most. And that's why I think it feels inside baseball. I don't know if your grandmother who is just looking to watch a comedy show is going to find this one as entertaining as someone like me, or if you are a cinephile yourself. The cast is wonderful. Seth Rogen just becomes the studio executive, and like I mentioned, how you really feel for him in these anxiety-inducing moments. He completely sells you on this studio exec that just wants to do a good job at the end of the day. Where this show starts and where the final episode ends and what it potentially leaves for more, I'll get more into that later. It really just feels so satisfying seeing this journey that this character is going on, knowing that, yeah, there are days where he does mess up. He's never been in such a high position like this before, which leads to a lot of humorous moments. But then you have the heartfelt moments where this is just, like I said, a guy who wants to do a good job and wants to make stuff that people will like, and he will obviously be successful from, but that's in the back, and more in the forefront is him just wanting to make something that film fans care about. Kathryn Hahn is awesome. She plays this character that is trying so hard to be a part of the younger generation. She has cringeworthy moments like that. Ike Barinholtz, the pairing between him and Seth Rogen, like they just feel like two best buddies, and they have so many great moments. And I also really like Catherine O'Hara as this older studio executive who is no longer in Seth Rogen's position, but can offer some moments of insight to him. And the amount of cameos, which I believe are somewhat spoiled online, so if you really don't want to know them, stay away from anything regarding the show on the internet. Definitely stay away if you don't want to know any of them. Probably my favorite one is from one of the most well-regarded directors of all time. And this director completely commits to the bit, and you can tell that he's having such a fun time. It translates on screen, and as an audience member, it's just a joy to see him in this different kind of role as he is more behind the camera. I know that he has done some acting performances. The score felt very reminiscent of a Whiplash, kind of that Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross jazz. Another one of the parts about it that adds to the intensity of it all is that it captures the chaotic nature of the day-to-day business. Now, I'm not a studio executive. I am not some big-time Hollywood producer. I can only imagine the amount of stress that they go through. And one of the coolest things about the show is that they try to give general audience members a glimpse into the everyday life, what it's like having meetings with incoming directors who may or may not want to pitch a project to you. Seth Rogen has too much on his plate and he's running around trying to just get a hold of everything. I may never fully understand it and see myself in the situation, but I would love to hear what actual studio executives think of the show. And one big time studio exec does make an appearance, and that was funny to see him. And it's rare that you have a show where every episode is a hit. I think there's only one episode in this show. I think it was episode 5. That was one where I felt less invested. Seth Rogen's character takes a backseat in that one, and they focus on some of the side characters more, and I was like, okay, I'm not crazy about this one. Other than that, though, it's a damn near, like, every episode is 10 out of 10. It's firing on all cylinders consistently, and each episode is the perfect length. You have episodes that range in between the 25 to 30, 35 to 40 minute mark. I didn't feel like I was ever like wanting more in terms of the episode lengths. That was really nice. I definitely felt like I wasn't looking for more. I mean, I do want more of this show, but I was never eager for an episode to be longer. And the final episode was such a perfect way to close it out. I mentioned how the first episode, you really see a journey through Seth Rogen's character. I just want more of the show. Like, I will have 10 seasons of this. If they want to do more of it, please let them do more of it. And I hope that people enjoy it as much as I did. I just thought it was so hilarious and refreshing with the humor that's on the nose and self-referential. It's poking fun at itself and trying to give you a good time, whether that's the nature of the industry and the day that we live in, streaming, or trying to make another billion-dollar movie, IPs. It's a reflection on the industry that we have in 2025. I mean, I have to give the most massive props to Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, who I believe directed every single episode, in having written the show and created it. I mean, just absolute massive props to them. I'm going to give the studio an A, and I would definitely recommend seeking this show out. I had a blast with the show, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Be sure to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it, and as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.